Hello and welcome everybody to the Digital Therapy Experience. No, I'm just playing. Welcome to another episode of Quickie, everybody. We got some big Nintendo news to talk about today. As you guys know, on the Quickie show, we just talk about quick tidbits of news that I didn't want to go fully into a digital therapy show for, or maybe something that me and Peter didn't get a chance to look at. So, today, big news from Nintendo. We had a whole Mario Maker 2 Direct. So this kind of came out of nowhere, or at least as far as I'm concerned. Maybe I should have been keeping up with the game news a little bit more, but this kind of just came out of nowhere. I got home from my midterms, and all of a sudden everyone's talking about Super Mario Maker. So obviously I went and checked that out, and it was like a 15-minute long video where they mostly showed off what the game was, what they're adding, kind of went over all the features and stuff. I actually really like how they tackled this Nintendo Direct, because with this sort of game, it's kind of hard to show all of the cool stuff off or show the game off, you know, because it's mostly a creation thing. Everyone who plays it is creating their own levels, so you kind of got to show the assets and stuff that you'd be using. They did a great job. Started off with the basics, as they say. So yeah, they kind of broke this Direct down into a couple different segments, and they started off with the basics. That was just kind of, if you've never heard of Super Mario Maker for whatever reason, they went through what the game's about, what you can do on a basic level, and so yeah, that was great. I think that was a great way to show, especially people who've never played Mario Maker, or people who are interested, kind of what the game's about. It's kind of a weird thing to show off, unlike a game like Legend of Zelda, for instance, where you can show off, you know, the landscape and the characters and the story and stuff like that. Obviously, they just have mechanics to go off here, so I thought they approached it really well by just making the whole Direct about Super Mario Maker. So beyond there, after they kind of got out of the all the basic stuff, they went into all the new things that they'd be adding. Oh my god, tons and tons and tons of stuff. I would imagine they weren't even able to go through all the new stuff just because of how much shit they have packed into this game. It's bonkers. Fucking slopes, hard and gentle. That was a big thing people were asking for in the original. The Angry Sun is making a return from Super Mario Brothers 3, I believe it is.
The sun was in my eyes. I was not.
He'll like follow you around and try and kill you or whatever. Snake blocks, on and off switches, seesaws, swinging claw. It looks like they kind of showed off you could make a crane game out of Mario, which was really neat. You can set the water level high or low. So like in Super Mario World, for instance, there are some levels that have like water on the bottom, and or it even rises and falls. You can do all that stuff. Custom scrolls through levels, so the camera will follow you as you go, or not follow you, it'll keep pushing so that you got to keep pushing through the level. Man, just so much stuff. I literally couldn't possibly go through all the new stuff they added. Dry bones shells, big coins that you can set to certain different amounts, new sounds and visual effects, co-op level creation. That is super neat. You can hop in with 2 Joy-Cons and make levels with your buddy or whatever. I almost guarantee you'll see a DT Plays with me and Peter making some levels together. That sounds excellent. What else? Clear conditions, so you can like, you gotta be Big Mario, you know, by the time you get to the flag or else you'll fail. Also very cool. That's gonna really lend to the whole hard levels that people seem to be really into with Mario Maker, like just challenging themselves. Tons of new enemies, tons of new items. They once again couldn't go through all of them. I mentioned the dry bone skull that you could pick up earlier. Man, conveyor belts, icicles, parachutes, bosses. Oh my god, just insane. Then just kind of pushing on through there. Just give you guys a little gist. They talked about the story mode that they story. They were talking about the story mode that they'd be adding. So you kind of play as Mario, you get kind of quests from different characters in the Mushroom Kingdom, and help rebuild Peach's castle or whatever. Seems kind of cool though. It seems like they're going to be adding a lot of like custom Nintendo levels into there, so to kind of give you ideas for your own levels, and I would assume you'll unlock things through the story mode. I can only imagine. Seems pretty cool though. I really like the addition of adding like a story mode and having something to do outside of just making levels. That's super cool. Tons of new course themes. I guess I'd kind of go into new stuff, but desert, snow, forest, sky. I imagine there'll be maybe more, or maybe they showed them all there. Still, that's crazy more amounts of themes. They didn't have nearly that many. And also new music by Koji Kondo for all the themes. Super dope. They showed a couple, like in the forest, for instance. They kind of have like a jungly vibe for the music. They also showed off the moon. So, like I was saying earlier with the angry sun, he can kind of chase you and he'll try and kill you or whatever. They added a moon that will, if you hit the moon, it'll clear the screen, which is kind of cool. I don't think there's ever been a clear screen in Mario like that. So that should be neat. As well, it'll allow you to toggle different levels to be day or night. And depending on if it's day or night, the levels will have different properties to them. So, like, what do they show off specifically? So yeah, like in the desert level, there'll be a sandstorm that'll push you along, or when you go underground, it'll be upside down. A bunch of just really neat, really neat features that they're adding with the whole nighttime thing. And apparently, all the different themes have different like nighttime properties or whatever. So expect more from that. And apparently some items will even change during night as well. They showed off the mushroom would turn into a poison mushroom, for instance. Oh my gosh, and some of the biggest news here, they're adding 3D or Super Mario 3D World to the game style. So you can do a game style like Super Mario Bros. Original or Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and you can kind of change it to fit the aesthetic or the game style that you like. They're going to be adding 3D World to that, so they'll only be side-scrolling levels, unfortunately. But holy shit, tons and tons of new stuff to do in there, too. There's apparently certain items and bosses and enemies that you can only use in the 3D World, and it looks exquisite, by the way. Tons and tons of different stuff. It's crazy. Oh my god. The ultimate Mario game, for real. Especially after releasing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate or whatever. I see they're kind of going for like making this is the best version of this thing you can get, And I mean, hands down, that's what this Mario Maker game is. Once again, adding to the 3D world, just a couple things. Cat Mario, clear pipes, crates to make paths, warp box, spike blocks, blinking blocks, track blocks, mushroom trampoline, piranha creeper, skip squeaks, Koopa Troopa car. You can drive a car through a level. It's awesome. It is way cool. Oh my god. Just beyond cool how much shit they have added into this game to do and play with and make levels. I can only imagine the cool levels that people are gonna make with the car. I don't wanna stick on that too long, but also bosses they're adding, which I think is a really cool idea. I think you could like put Bowser in a level and stuff like that in the older ones, but I mean, they're adding like the Pom Pom and Meowser and all that stuff. So it seems like you can more make like boss rooms or boss segments to your levels, which is super neat. And they kind of went over the Switch Online thing a little bit. It does seem like you're gonna have Nintendo Switch Online to access the Super Mario Maker Online stuff, which of course that makes sense. They're kind of going for an Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus sort of situation. A bunch of cool stuff in there though. Play multiplayer with people across the world. You can do 4-player co-op, or you can do like a deathmatch sort of situation. Not a deathmatch, but you kind of fight to see who gets to the end first, or racing, work together to finish the level. So yeah, they're kind of doing like a Super Mario Brothers U sort of thing, where you'll have 4 different characters and you guys can all hop in together and play and have a damn good time, it looks like. And as well, they made it a very big point that if 4 people have Super Mario Maker 2, then only one person needs to be connected to the internet for 4 people to play together. Which, I don't know how many like situations that's going to be very helpful, but I mean, cool. I guess if you're ever in that situation, you want to play Super Mario Maker with your friends, then all you need is one internet connection. Furthermore, to kind of end the show out, they announced that there'll be a bundle that will add Super Mario Maker 2 and a year of Nintendo Switch Online services for like $70. That is a damn good deal. Paying like $10 for a whole year of Nintendo Online. I think it's only like $20 to be honest for a year normally, but hey, if you're gonna buy it anyway and you don't already have Nintendo Online, might be worth it. They also mentioned that it would stack on top of whatever you did already have. So maybe it's just worth it to pick up a cheapo year of service, Looks like we'll be getting a release on June 28th. Oh my god, that's insane. That's bonkers. That's crazy. I can't believe they're actually releasing it next month. That is such a good call on their part. They waited it out. People have been asking for a long time where it is. They waited it out, and then they're just like dropping it a month and a half from now. That is awesome. That is some next level shit right there. I wish more game developers would do that, and I'm not surprised to see Nintendo kind of throwing their hat in that ring there. Great idea. Please do this more. Please, developers. Please. Oh, and looks like last but not least, they also mentioned that Nintendo is starting a voucher program, so you can buy these Nintendo vouchers for $100 for 2 of them, and it'll allow you to buy a $60 game with the voucher. So technically, you know, like 2 $60 games would be like $120, but with the vouchers, you are only paying $100 for 2 of them, so you're saving like $20. If you happen to have any other Nintendo games that you're looking to get, I recommend jumping on that. You do need Nintendo Online Services to purchase them, so that's kind of a little catch there. You either got to go with the bundle deal, or it seems like you got to go for the voucher thing. Or maybe you just want to get vouchers to buy Nintendo games in the future, or I would assume you could gift them or something like that. Seems like a kind of cool idea. Save you $20, and you know, Nintendo games are expensive, so any sort of money you can save on them is great. I like that idea. I like the voucher idea. It's weird. It's very Nintendo for sure, but I'm cool to see that happening, especially with a big catalog of Nintendo games. Lots of people maybe haven't even played all of them, so if you haven't, I recommend jumping on that for sure. And one more thing, sorry, I didn't mean to make you think that was the last thing there, but before E3 starts, actually a couple days before, on June 8th, they'll be having a Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational. It sort of seems like they're doing a similar thing like they did a couple years ago with Nintendo World Championship. They did that at E3, it premiered like the day or two before, and it was mostly for them to show off their new Nintendo games, and I don't know. It was fun to watch. I enjoyed it. Had a pretty good time. There were some cringy moments. Recommend checking that out online. That being said, that was about it for that Nintendo Direct. It was super short, 15 minutes. They just kind of went over what Super Mario Maker 2 is, what they've kind of went through, what they've added to it, and oh my god, I'm sure there's tons more packed into this game that we haven't even heard about yet, that they probably just didn't have time to even show on there. So I'm really excited to see how this game ends up panning out, and I'm probably going to pick it up myself here in a month, and definitely keep an eye out for DT Plays with me and Peter. I guarantee we'll end up doing a co-op Mario Maker series of some sort. And I should have another digital therapy show. Oh wait, I should have another talking shit up later this week on internet. This funny internet, how to use the internet from the 90s video that we found. So keep an eye out for that, guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope I was able to at least enlighten you a little bit on Super Mario Maker and the new stuff that they're adding to it. And yeah, have a kick-ass week, everybody. I'll see you guys later.